I think the biggest one that we're doing a lot with our customers right now is helping them validate their HS codes. Building a database that have all of their product numbers, that have all of the HS codes, that are looking at the different derivatives, and keeping a spreadsheet of all of their products. And when they
Mhm.
add, keep it going, don't forget about it. I think a lot of people for a long time thought customs was just a one and done. Once you had your list, you're done. But there's so many
Yeah.
things that are changing. So keeping a list and working closely with someone, a customs broker, to make sure that you're doing it right. And we've gone back to some new customers and looked at previous shipments and found where their previous broker had not classified them correctly or had not done the derivatives correctly, and are getting them thousands of dollars back.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. All right. So if there's a compliance ghost that appears, what's the first thing that someone should do outside of the holy water?
Compliance ghost.
What's the first thing that, if there's a compliance issue that arises, what's the first thing that a BCO should do outside of make sure they're talking to their customs broker?
Yeah.
Are there things that they can do? I guess I'm kind of somewhat of a checklist or a tool or a resource to kind of
Yep.
keep the ghost at bay.
Certainly keeping a good record, even if it's just a
Mhm.
spreadsheet, keeping a spreadsheet per shipment and making sure you have all the documentation. Because if you get audited, if you have the package already together and say, here's my invoice, here's my bill of lading, here's the classification, here's what we based our classification on, it goes much smoother than trying to scramble after they start asking questions. Keeping the
Yeah.
details, keeping it,
Mhm.
all together. Like I said, even if it's an Excel spreadsheet, we have a customs compliance checklist on our website that people can use as well. That it doesn't get into every detail, but it points them in the right direction of these are the things that we need to be considering before we get audited or before there's an inspection. Just making sure to ask the right questions, because things have changed so much, and people need to know what's going on versus just before it was kind of just lazy days, like paperwork, that's all it is, and they need to be aware of the compliance rules.
Yeah, I think that resource, that checklist that you mentioned, is a great start. And then, from there can obviously reach out to you and your team beyond that. But that's a great start and a great
Yep.
resource.